Hi guys, it's Darren. I thought I would share a little video about some retro AV recording. So what did I get? I got this little device. It's pretty huge actually. This Philips DVDR3320V, which is a pretty good device to do some VHS digitization, or if that's the right term. It outputs a really good quality, as it has a lot of good quality output options. I'm using RGB with this, but it also has S-video out, component out, and composite if you want, and RF, I guess. But I guess RGB is the best you can get here. Maybe if you're interested in like component, like progressive output, you can also do progressive scan. If that's for some DVDs, that's probably interesting. So what I wondered was if I can fine-tune how I'm recording this. So I plugged this into my OSSC, and as you may know, the OSSC has some fine-tuning parameters like sampling phase, for example. And what people usually do with consoles is they have this, like with all the consoles, they have this 240p test pattern, or like test suite. And there are some, for example, some test patterns there that you can test your recording on. Basically, there's, for example, some checkerboard pattern that you can capture and kind of and evaluate. And I was figuring to do something similar. So this is what I'm gonna show today, basically. So I'm gonna show you my a script that I prepared. This is like a MATLAB / Octave script. I'm gonna use Octave to run this in just a sec. It basically generates a checkerboard frame, like it's a PAL frame, as you can see, the 576 vertical lines, and basically is this kind of for loop. Will generate a checkerboard pattern, black and white, basically, and then write this out to some temp directory. Just run this Octave checkerboard. Let this run for a couple of seconds, and we should have some frames. You can look into one of these. Let's go for the first one. Looks like this. When I zoom in, there's a nice checkerboard pattern. So out of these frames, I'm just going to do a video. I got this ffmpeg command readied up, where I'm going to use basically a glob pattern to use these frames as video. I'm setting a frame rate to 25, kind of twice. I don't know. It just feels safer. I don't know. It works like this anyway. But I'm gonna loop 100 times through those frames for a total actually of 101 time. This is like looping after doing this once. But yeah, this thing can read xvid, divx, whatever you want to call it. There's probably just different names for the same thing. So I'm just gonna create this video, hitting enter, and gonna burn this to disk and just play it on this device. Take just a moment. It's gonna just render like 10,000 frames roughly. So we'll be done in a minute or so. But yeah. We'll have a look at the video in just a sec, just to confirm that that we, like, what kind of input we are feeding in, if there's some artifacts due to the codec, and what things we should expect or ignore later on. Just gonna let this run through. We can see, yeah, we got already 5 minutes of recording, so we have a lot of time to play around with settings basically without the video stopping, which is pretty good. Okay, almost done. Okay, so this created CB MPEG MPEG-4. Gave it a weird name actually. Should have been called XVID. Anyway, I can zoom in. Looks like crap. That's because MPV per default does some smooth scaling. So scale equals nearest, I think. Oops, nearest. No, here we go. Now we can zoom in and we can see a checkerboard pattern. But we can see some artifacts. I don't know if you can see it on video, but there's some gray spots. There's some kind of pattern in there already. I just do a screenshot here and move it over. Pictures, screenshot, no, MPV, PV shot 2. And I'm gonna open this with GIMP. Hope it shows on. Doesn't show again. There we go. So we can zoom in and we can check the colors here. Yeah, I mean, we can already see there's some gray stuff here. It's not ideal, but there's a pretty regular pattern in the rest. Like the rest is sort of pretty much black and white. You can kind of acknowledge that there's this kind of pattern in this pattern. It's just a limitation of the codec, I guess, but yeah, we'll probably see this pattern and we'll ignore it and look that the rest will hopefully look nice. Yeah, so now we can burn this to disk, and then I can just plug this in. Gen ISO image with the CB. I should rename the CB XVID. So XVID checkerboard pattern. Gen ISO image CB XVID to checkerboard.iso. There we go. And then we can CD record and burn this to disk. I already got one in there. This will take like a minute or so, which I'm gonna skip. And there we go. So I am gonna plug this in to this device. Start recording here and see if it takes it. There we go, and read the CD. Let's try to play this and see what happens for now. So there we have it. Technically, there's barely anything visible because of lots of like scaling artifacts. But what I can do now is I can fire up my OSSC on-screen display. I can go to sampling options, advanced timing, and in the last entry there's sampling phase, which I can modify. I'm gonna go through every single one of these like values. It doesn't step like it steps through like in steps of 11 or something here roughly. So I'll step through. I'll prepare a little video and we're gonna look into that then in detail. So I recorded this, and I'm gonna let this play in just a bit. So this is how it looks. Basically, I started a video and went through all these sampling phases. I'll have a zoomed in version for this and let you have a look, and afterwards I'm gonna discuss a bit. So we just watched a sweep through the sampling phases. A few things to point out. First, being a couple minutes earlier, I did this test without a recording, and there at the 180 degrees sampling phase, I got a very distorted image, just like something like this. It was basically shifted from what I recorded here, meaning maybe this the sampling phase this device works with best is not constant. I'll have to do some more digging for this. Maybe I'll come up with another video once I found out. But yeah, basically the default 180 degrees produced a pretty good image. In between we had very distorted ones. Around 337 is also pretty good, and somewhere in between we got some very noisy ones, like these ones here. They get a bit noisy here. So yeah, in that case, for now 180 degrees seems to work, but I don't trust it 100% yet. I'll repeat this experiment a couple times and see if like how it behaves basically. Like if it shifts the best sampling phase or what, I'll have to figure it out. But yeah, I hope this helps you if you are like fighting with something like this. And if you have some comments about this, please just comment down below. That's all. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.